These are items that are very useful, and you can really decide how soon you want to make them, whether maybe you want to make the bow a little sooner than I did, or maybe you want to make the fishing pole a little sooner than I did. But here's what we need. We need a few more items here. So we got plenty of wood. I'm going to need the string. I'm going to put my extra seeds here. Okay, I don't need any extra dirt. I'm going to leave my buckets here so that I don't lose them. Plenty of cobble, so I don't need to grab any extra cobble. Alright. So let's build a couple more implements here. So I'm going to turn this into the last of my sticks. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and use those to create the fishing pole. So first thing we have is a fishing pole. We use a diagonal, and then we're going to use some of our string, kind of hard to see, to create our fishing pole. 2 string, 3 sticks, and now I have a fishing pole. And also, one of the more important ones is the bow. 3 sticks, 3 string, and I have the all-important bow, which allows me to fire arrows. I have 22 arrows, so now I can use those. So left click just swings the bow, and then right click allows you to shoot an arrow. If the arrow doesn't stick into a mob, then you can go ahead and collect it back. So as I missed, I can go ahead and collect those. But if it does hit a mob, then you lose the arrow. Okay, so those are some of the other items I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do off screen now is finish filling the chest with items in case I die. I'm going to also fill the upper chest in the tree fort with more materials, and then I'm going to make one more video of finishing off Spider Cave, which will then I will be completed with this area, and then the next set of videos will be a new series of me heading out into the world and seeing what else this world has to offer. Okay, so I've geared up and I went ahead and got the few things that I'm going to need to finish off Spider Cave. I've collected a few things and even the armor. So I'm going to go ahead and head out to Spider Cave. It has been a few days since I've been back down here. Not sure what we'll find in that last kind of room or wing that we sealed off. In fact, I got to kind of remember how to get there. I believe that branch was completed, and it was more this branch here that we were finishing. Remember to check the ceiling. A lot of times you will miss ore in the ceiling areas as you're walking through your caves. So before, when I was in here, I didn't have enough torches and I really couldn't tell what might be back here.
This is always dangerous here when stuff can fall on you. So, oh, I do see some iron though. Let's see here, best way up. Hopefully nothing falls on me. Yeah, I had a feeling there was another cave here. I don't see anything down there. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get this ore. Alright, looks like we got all that. Let's see how far this cave goes. And it appears to have stopped. Just dig through here because a lot of times digging through stuff like this is pretty easy. Doesn't really mean it's necessarily going to lead anywhere. I've heard theories that some people think that maybe near gravel a lot of times you'll find coal, or certain types of terrain will lead you to different types of ore. Very similar to, I know a lot of people, when you're looking for some of the more rare stuff, diamonds, they want to dig a lot further down, and you're not really going to typically find them near the surface. I think we're at the end of Spider Cave here. I don't believe it's going to go any further. So just a very short little wing here full of gravel. One of the uses of gravel that I've found is it is something different you can use as building material as far as color and texture, but it isn't as sturdy as stone or cobble, or even dirt really. So if there's a creeper in here and it explodes, a lot of this can go away pretty quick. But a lot of times I like to use it for different building materials to offset the colors. But as you can see, it does act like sand. It has gravity. So you got to be aware of that when trying to build or dig through gravel. Oh, and its other use is that you can get out flint, which allows you to create flint arrows and the fire starter or the striker that we made. That appears to be everything in this cave. So I believe Spider Cave is finished. So I just wanted to finish up with a few handy survival tools of different pieces of material that I picked up that are kind of rare but then can be used for some specialized items. These items I'll use when I'm doing my exploring, and I really feel that a couple of these are pretty useful. So I'm going to use my crafting table here, and I'm going to go ahead and explain a couple of things I like to use. Now, one of them is the Flint and Steel, which allows you to make fire. This can be very useful for setting things on fire, obviously. Some of you who are going to be doing a hell portal will need that to set the hell portal on fire and kind of activate it. Some people like to use it to light trees on fire, either for torch type things or clearing out areas. Definitely have to be careful. If you're in a wooden house and you use that, it can burn down very quickly, and I'm sure you can find many videos of people accidentally burning down their house. One of the other things I like, we had these buckets that we found from the dungeon area, but to make a bucket, it's simply 3 steel bars. I already have 2, so I probably won't make that one, but it is handy to know how to make a bucket because that's one of the more useful things in the game. I also want to be able to make a compass, so I'm going to go ahead and use some iron bars here, and then I need a little bit of redstone to give me a compass, which can help me point the way back home, and then, or back to your spawn point basically, which is my first home. And one more thing that I want to make is a kind of a clock, but I need some gold, which I do have down in my other storage area, and then it's a redstone. So just like I made the compass, the difference being you would put 4 gold bars in to give you a clock. And what I'll do is I'll run down and grab that real quick. Okay, what I did is I came down to my other area, my rock quarry, where I had some gold in my inventory, and now I can go ahead and make a clock, which will help me keep track of the time of day if I happen to be underground and I can't see the sun. Alright, so let's take a look at a couple of these things that we just made. So first thing we made is the compass, which you can see in my hand on the right hand side. It's going to point to the spawn location. So if I'm standing there, it kind of always tells me which way my spawn location is, and that will help me find my way home no matter where I'm at in the world. The clock kind of shows you while I'm underground and I can't see the sun or the moon. It tells me right where I'm at. You can see the moon is slowly rotating until it'll be kind of midnight, and then you'll start to see the sun rise, you know, as it moves across. So it's a good way to understand how that works. The last thing we could do, I'll do it in a safe area here where nothing will burn down. I'll just use a wooden block here a second. So I've got this dirt area, I've got a rock area, and if I go ahead and use my flint, left click really doesn't do anything, but then right click sets it on fire. You definitely want to be careful, because as you can see, fire can spread, and you don't want that to happen to your wooden house. Okay, so these are some of the items that I'm going to use to explore with. I'll come back here a second. As you can see, I'll put a few of these extra items away since I don't want to carry them with me. I'll only carry a few building materials, mostly coal, tools, some of my specialized tools, and then it is now time to explore the rest of this world and see what's out there. So the next few videos in the series are going to be about exploring the world, and what I'll probably do is pick one of the cardinal directions, either north, south, east, or west, and I will head that way for quite a while until I see something interesting. I usually put up a few outposts as I go, just as a way to find my way back and have a good way to have a few different areas or kind of put my mark on the land, and just kind of another way to mark out things that are interesting. So hopefully you'll be able to join me and we'll continue.